Alright, welcome back everyone. Going to continue our adventure in Final Fantasy XIV. We logged out in the end, so we're gonna log in again. And I realized a mistake that I said in my last stream. These are not the earrings that I thought they were. The earrings are actually in my mail right now. So I'm gonna go pick those up. Because those earrings are even better than the earrings that I currently have equipped. Though the earrings that I'm about to go pick up are the ones from the pre-order for Endwalker. First things first, let's go get our earring. And then we can continue with our story. Go to the amphitheater, because that's where the Moogle is. And let's go to the Moogle. Yep, there it is. Oh, it's very similar, but it has even better stats. Okay, so now well, we're off. Level 10. Got any new? We do. So let's go get the level 10 Conjurer quest. That will give us new equipment and potentially new. Wrong one again. Oh. No. We won't get a new spell yet. But we do have another trial. Going to be dealing with wind this time. The way I know that is because, I mean, the name of the quest is up in the top left corner. This down here tells your class quest, and it's Trial by Wind. The last one was Trial by Earth, so let's put it together. It's gonna be Wind. Talk to Brother Isamiyan. Greetings, Katikisha. Each time we meet, the part of Conjure befits you even better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of Earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with Wind. Travel to Full Flower Comb in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Wolfew? I don't know exactly how to say that person's name. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wolfew is a conjurer and consummate skill who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. So let's go talk to Wolfew. this one's in the East Shroud. Let's see. Let's wait to get. Oh, right. That's the ferry. I don't have access to the ferry, but we're gonna give it a shot. Get a lot faster. Sweet. There we go. Now we're in the East Shroud. Should be outside here. Some. This might be a bit of a challenge for our conjurer. That should be okay though. Doesn't seem to hit that hard. Yeah. Quick heal. And the next one. The hunting hog. I need to kill 3 to get the bonus. Kill some vultures. This one's being stubborn. He was a little more aggressive than the last one. Another here. And on to the last one. This guy is not that bad either. Not doing nearly as many AoEs. And that is complete now. I think she's... Yeah, there she is. You got to say. You must be Katikisha. Brother Isumiyan sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed. Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of hearer, and, well, you are my first student. But that's okay. Ah, yes. I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there is a small spring giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm, which likely took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study? I sympathize, Katiki, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. If you say so. Where we just were, I believe. So now we're backtracking. That is exactly where we just were. So we're gonna... Almost there. And get rid of this honeybee swarm. They are not nice. Actually, honeybees aren't bad. They make honey. Like honey. That was it? Now we have this honey. So we have fulfilled whatever task she was wanting. Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more? Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Valken's preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange, then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this ab- uh, aberrant? Aberrant behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, seeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Well, why couldn't I just do that while I was over there? Now you're just wasting my time. Should you find one, use your powers of conjuring to disperse it. We have to go back? There. Will likely be like a tainted elemental. Yup, corrupted air. Far away. Oh, okay. Instant studio. Oh. This is new. Bet there's gonna be more wind sprites. Yep. Ooh, okay, that one died pretty fast. Respawn pretty fast. Oh, there's two. Oh, there's three. Oh, four. Oh, there's all kinds of them. Oh, they are very angry. Oh, now she decides to come and help. Is she gonna take care of the sprites? Looks like it. Maybe not. Keep the dots up. Every little bit helps. She's gonna heal me. Okay. Ooh, what is that? That is not wind. Hey, it's gone now. Oh, we're insane. Oh, she didn't do it again. Okay. Yay. And cutscene. Well done. The wind no longer keens in its frustration. Let us return to Full Flower. Are you just gonna send me back over here? If you're just gonna send me back over here, why don't you just tell me what you want now? Go back or again. Right now, what have you got for me? I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. That was danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated. But it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Katikisha, what did you learn as you struggled within the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant rushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know that I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the 12th wood, I suspect some other force is at work here. I bid you remain wary, Kachikisha. But enough of these ominous rumblings. Goodness. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Silgate Fane and inform Brother Isumi of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. While I'm out here, I'm gonna go get the aetherite crystal. The nearby camp. Because things are getting stronger. Oh, got aggro. You're not very friendly. almost there. Touch the crystal. All right. Teleport to this camp. Run. A little bit faster. Fighting me and vultures. More vultures. And we're gonna prepare to get back to Gardania. Gardania. Oh, that's stuck. Back to the Conjurer's Guild. The ether currents really do make travel a lot faster. We are about to level 10 quest. Welcome back, Katiki. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of 2 elements, you are well on your way along the path of conjuring. Through full comprehension of these forces, will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient. As you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? She really does get better. You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. There's more than just healing. Conjuring is inextricably bound with nature, Sylphie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge... I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal. Well, maybe she wasn't a conjurer. Maybe she was a different sort of healer. And the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn conjuring the same way she did, and become just as great a conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Isumi. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. How? What were you thinking, girl? You know not what you do, what you risk. You are meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you the name of conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. She does not understand. But that's... Sylphie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Katakisha. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sylphie's mother was also a conjurer. Okay, well, she was a conjurer. A conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylphie seems to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature. But such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylphie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I'm only glad that those same feelings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe that you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art. As intended, I hope you shall. Yet, however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. Before you depart, I would speak with you of one further matter. Thus far, you have completed 3 tasks to my satisfaction. I would officially recognize your efforts by granting you leave to join other guilds. That means we can pick up other classes now. Redania is home to guilds representing lancers, archers, leatherworkers, carpenters, and botanists. Should any of these paths appeal to you, you are free to seek membership at the associated establishment. But I ask that you bear one thing in mind. While man is given to curiosity and wont to explore new paths, only through focus may he attain true enlightenment. Naturally, it would please me most if you place conjuring above other pursuits. Regardless of the path that you choose, however, I have every confidence that your deeds will be the honor of all concerned. Go now, Katikisha, and seek your destiny. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. And now it's just telling me that I've unlocked armor chest, and that I can join other guilds. Options have we got? There. Better. have completed the level 10 quest. Talking about the gear sets. So? Oh. Are from my other... everything so I can show how to make a gear set. So, the little plus sign here allows you to create a gear set. You click on that, and it will automatically create one with whatever class you are currently equipped with. So, obviously, it's going to be Conjurer. I'm going to change the name. I don't like creating it. There, and then you can do recommended gear to get your new gear and hit the update gear set, and it will update this set so that if you have other sets and you want to change from that set and go to another set, it saves the gear that you have on that slot. Okay, there we go. No longer walking. Huh. Interesting. I wonder why it's not showing up. It says that it's available, but let's go check on it. And just not show up on the map. Oh no, I know why it's not showing up on the map, because I'm not in that zone. You have to be in a zone to see the quests. There we go. Yeah, now it's showing up. Talk to Mother Neon. Oh, it's my favorite fresh-faced adventurer. Oh, do not scowl so. I speak out of habit. You've come a long way since first you walked through my door, and I'll not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful at Bent Branch Meadow in Central Shroud. Unlike the recruits you see at the Bannock, the men and women out at Bent Branch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who would welcome this instance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Bent Branch is also home to a very useful situated aetheryte, which we have already attuned to. It is, in other words, the perfect place for you to begin the next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via the Blue Badger Gate and continue to the southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy an aetheryte in the distance, you may congratulate yourself on having successfully found Bent Branch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Chocobo Porter service, doubtless the safest way to get to your destination. Chocobo Keep Singer should not hesitate to lend his birds to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keitha, the head Chocobo Wrangler, when you arrive. Alright, so I'm actually gonna use the Chocobo Porter. I don't usually use the Chocobo Porter. I think I will. Go talk. Vinegar? I think that's okay. This is just letting us know about the borders. We're going to hire and go to that branch. It does cost gil, and sometimes it can be kind of spendy. And I believe that was only 5 gil, so that's not too bad. And it will automatically take you to your location. Like, I'm not pressing any keys to move right now. And it's automated. It's telling you how to dismount. You can just hit the button to dismount or the keybind. And Choco Uber, yeah. But that was a lot faster than walking. Okay. Oh, okay, it's taking me to the Chocobo Keep. And then I should automatically dismount. Yep. Alright. I believe is the one that ends last. Yep. Here's Kifa. Let's talk to Kifa. You must be the venturer Mion sent word about. I'm Kifa, head wrangler around these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the elder seed seer bade us welcome venturers, 'tis fair to say we had our doubts. Till hard-working folk like yourself set about proving us wrong. That is, consider me a convert. Okay, there is a lot of this sort of speak, especially in Limsa. I'm not that great at it. Just a heads up. Any road, you've a mind to help out at the branch, have you? Good, we could always do with a hand or two to keep the place running smoothly. As a matter of fact, I've a task right here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended, so don't go letting no one down, eh? Oh, she's gonna give us pants. Better than the stuff. They are. Got new pants. Yay, pants. Ooh, I leveled up. Okay, recommended gear. Update the gear set. And now let's see what Aoife has for us. 7 hells. Some bastard Kikirin has gone and broken one of me chocobo eggs. The filthy little thief was busy looting the barn when a guard startled it, prompting the goddamn thing to drop the egg it was clutching and run. Oh, the poor little baby chocobo. Some of the lads gave chase, bless them, but when 3 more of the vermin appeared, the lot had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done about those Kikirin. Would you mind heading over to the Matron's leaf? And having a word with a soldier named Rosalind for me? The Ratman nest in her neck of the woods. See, she'll know what to do. Yeah, I'm not good with it. I'm trying. Here. scorpions. Don't like bugs. There she is. You're here on Keith's behalf. I see. Broke one of her eggs, you say? And there were 4 of the creatures? The Kikirin are a nuisance at the best of times, but we must now add trespass and chocobo murder to their chocobo murder. Oh, shame on them. To their list of transgressions. They have forced our hand. Our retribution must needs be swift and decisive. And who better than you to deliver it, adventurer? Find the lair to the west of here and make an example of exactly 4 Kikirin scramblers. We can send no clearer message. Okay, now we go kill rats. Rat people. Kind of. There they are. They make some really interesting noises. I know how to explain it. It's not making noise. There it goes. Made a little bit of a noise there. Like somebody else might be working on. Oh, well, they've got a chocobo, so they're probably past this. They must not like be getting. That is not a Kikirin. Oh. Just run, little bunny. God, is it gonna go back up to... Oh, they're level 49. Okay. Yep. I have to wait for more to spawn. No. I love the little noises they make. It's always funny when you run past and aggro them and they make the little noise. Like it's laughing at you. I leveled up again. Move that up there so I don't accidentally hit it. That's a pretty long cast time. The deed is done? Good. A grim task, but a necessary one. You have shown them the folly of enticing the wrath of those who consort with adventurers. Perhaps now Kikirin will think twice before giving in to their larcenous Proclivities? That word? How is this? Ooh, that one's quite a bit better. Let's put that on. Doesn't look pretty, but we will get pretty gear in time. Oh there, adventurer. You seem light on your feet. Fancy a quick skip along the route of the heavens pillar here? No, not really. There's high level stuff up there. They'll kill me. I need someone to pick off the blue trumpet or two. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom. So why the commotion? I'll tell you why. You allow that fungal menace to multiply, and within a moon they'll be covering the whole damn root and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch your step while you're up there, though. The dire mites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to falling injuries. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. Finally, a name that's easy to say. He'll be glad to hear someone's taking care of one of his more dreaded chores. Oh, so I get dreaded chores. There's 4 of them? I thought she just said 2. One, 2. Stuck. Okay. 3. Stuck again. Ooh, almost fell. And done. Now we need to go talk to Theodore. Hello, Theodore. Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets? Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. Well, then why are you all the way up here? That's the worst place to stand. No, this is not my ideal posting, but we all do what we must. Keeping the route passable is an important job, you see. It's one of the few ways folk can travel the central shroud since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not perhaps the easiest path to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself caused this tendril to have a heaven's pillar to remain thus suspended, that it might serve the forest's people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. Holy cow, I don't know why that was so difficult. Hey, oh, yes, take that. Oh. Oh. Guess not. I can sell it. It is regrettably my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Bent Branch Meadows. The ranch has become a veritable institution of Gridania, so many threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the wood whalers. Which reminds me, mayhap it was my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fellow not too long ago. Would you mind passing word to Rosalind down below? I would go myself, but, well, It's hard enough marshaling the courage to walk the route for my shift. Then how do you go home? He's just stuck up here. He lives up here now. I don't blame him. I don't like heights either. A shadowy fellow? Now that you mention it, I have seen something. I dismissed it as a trick of the light before, but I thought I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. Still, I suspect it's nothing more than a Kikuran thief on the run. If you must sate your curiosity, by all means investigate. Should you actually find something of note, I would like very much to see it. Okay, here we go. I was about to say this little other fellow's about to die. Oh, the dynamite's over here. A campfire? Go show this to her? Wait, no. No, go away. Go away. Go away. Good little scorpion thing. Home business. Have you found something? I did. I found a bag and a campfire. Remnants of campfire in a forgotten bag. This could belong to any adventurer or traveler. And inside we have a chocobo grooming brush and rosling oil? But wait, why would a traveler make camp here when it would be far safer to beg the hospitality of Bent Branch Meadows? Bugger me, I think this belongs to that stranger said to be meddling with the chocobos. Thank you, adventurer. We have been lax in our duties, but no longer. I swear we will find this shadow. Well, I just brought you a bag. Oh, that's the exact same thing that I have, so let's take that. Oh, and we leveled up again! See, those earrings are very nice. We cannot allow other sentries to dismiss similar sightings. They must know what we have learned. To that end, I've prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. I need you to show it to my comrades throughout the shroud. Once each sentry has committed the details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for confirmation. Start with Elmar at the Bannock. Then find Bernard at the eastern gates of Bent Branch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Algar? I'm gonna go with that. Algar sees the letter. He stands watch within the stables. So if this stranger's aim is to harm the chocobos, that dude may have to personally put an end to it. Some of these names. when it's gonna... I'm not even gonna try on the Rogadan names. Oh. Those are... No. On the wrong. That through here. Come on. Oh, no. Okay. Oh. You don't look like you're here for training. Oh, I have a message for you. A shadowy figure. Understood. I'll pass word to the recruits as well as the sentries. Let me just make my mark. There, that should do. If you follow the road south, you'll find Bernard by the bridge to Bit Branch. Godspeed, adventure. Thank you, good sir. However, I did not follow his instructions. Oh, that Chico got too close. And there's Bernard. I have come bearing message. You have business with me, adventurer? I just said I have a message for you. Rosaline is right to be cautious. For this stranger to venture so close, yet go such great lengths to remain undetected, is highly suspicious. They clearly have designs on Bent Branch. We appreciate the help. I should write my name here, yes? And here, take it. You'll find that dude in the stables. Pass the aetherite. Okay. I'm just gonna, like, completely run into walls. Alright. Oh, okay. Okay. Hello, Chocobo. Mind the birds, adventurer. They get nervous around strangers. What's this? A shadowy stranger near the matron's leaf? You've already shown this to Bernard and Elmer, I see. Good, good. Then all that's left is to inform the staff here. Not everyone here is a wood whaler, true. But even our stable boys wouldn't hesitate to take up arms to defend these chocobo. That's good. Defend the pretty birds. You're quite the compassionate adventurer by the sound of it. Well, far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I have need of capable women like yourself. We received a peddler at the gate the other day, an excitable Falafel that was sweating and swearing that he had been attacked by a large winged beast. Yet other than hornets, I know of no flying creatures in this region. I do. If there's any truth to what he said, it might prove problematic for other travelers. Follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And should you find something, kindly tell Lothair? Lothair? Sure. To patrol his area sometime instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the goddamn road. In those words. Okay, am I going the right way? Yep. Oh, and we're already almost level, well, over halfway to level 14. Here. Egg. Oh. Okay. We should not have made your nest here. Path is safe. But that wasn't really on the path. The path was here, and they were way over there. A northern vulture? Two? And they were defending a nest? Well, perhaps we could omit the last detail from any official reports. I would rather not give that dude any further cause to be cross. Thank you for slaying the beasts. We may rest assured that I will not. You may be. Let's try that again. You may rest assured that I will not permit this to happen again. Goodness. Let's see. Oh, yes. And there's level 14. Okay. I have another task for you, adventurer. I need you to head to Hedge Tree to the southwest of here and speak with Leonie? Leonie? After tending to the hedge tree, the hero was scheduled to board a boat from the Mirror Planks. The vessel's departure time has come and gone, but there's still no sign of her. Knowing how absorbed the hearer becomes in her work, I am not unduly concerned. Armel, however, was responsible for organizing Leonie's transportation and is likely wondering if her wayward passenger is ever going to arrive. Perhaps a gentle reminder is in order? You just forgot. She got tied up. Here. She's Oh, aggro. Hey now. Okay, thank you. I want part of the fate. I want to talk to Tony. Get aggro. Yep. Oh no. I don't know that I can take that. Yeah, I definitely can't take that by myself. Go away. I can try. I don't think this is going to end very well. It may take me the full 9 minutes. Other people come and help. Alright, somebody did come to help. Why not? Okay. Yay! Help. Plus side, he doesn't hit super hard. It was not like me. This just shows that how difficult these single mob fates actually are, because there's only one level difference. I'm actually one level above this mob, and it's taking myself and this Lancer, and he's only at 50%. Whereas we won't have a problem killing it, it will take time. I am almost out of MP. Oops. Crap. Up. I am actually almost completely out. Okay. I actually had to wait there for a second to regenerate some MP. There! That gave me experience points and some gil. Yay. Yes, what troubles you, my dear? Ah, yes, the boat. I had quite forgotten. Oh, my task with the hedge tree is well and finished, but the elementals murmur of a malevolent presence in the vicinity of the Tamtara Deepcroft. I must abide a while longer, that I might better divine the source of the elemental's distress. Please inform Armel that I shall be late in arriving. Okay. Armel? Almost there. Hey, popped up. There is Armel. You bear a message from Hero Leone? An evil presence in the deep croft? That does sound grave indeed. I shall organize a vessel for a later time then. Perhaps a bell from now, too? Better make it 3, just to be safe. Thank you for your trouble. That one has little leaves on it. She's gonna have me go help her, isn't she? Might you assist me with another matter, milady? A wagon that departed from Quarrymill was overturned on the road when some large, ill-tempered forest beast chose that moment to defend its territory. I really need to learn how to say this god's name. Nofika? Nofika, I don't know. Nofka, by Nofka's grace, the driver escaped without serious injury. But the wagon's cargo was not so fortunate. With none willing to risk another encounter with the creature, I can only assume the goods remain strewn across the ground where the incident occurred. Simply follow the road here to the south, and you should come across the wreckage. Salvage what cargo you can and deliver it to Keitha at Bent Branch Meadows, if you would be so kind. Let's go look at wreckage. Something's going to attack. Oh, Toad. Oh, thank you, Mr. Toad. Okay, bye-bye, Mr. Toad. I'm just here for the cargo. Alright. And now let's go give the cargo to Keitha. It has something to do with chocobos. Speaking of chocobos, I can't wait to get my chocobo. So much faster. Oh. Almost. Just looking at some of these names, I'm trying to think of how you would say them, and it's ridiculous. You have a delivery for me? Ooh. Ah, this is the shipment I was waiting on from Cornmill. I heard the wagon ran afoul of some great monstrosity just up the path from the mirror's planks, but I see you've managed to scrape together a few bits and pieces. Seems I can't go through 2 bells these days without hearing some new tale of horrors in the deep croft or bandit cutthroats prowling the woods hereabouts. Makes me wonder if me chocobos are safe at night, it does. And we're ever in need of adventurer's skills, I hope you'll be around to lend a hand. I'm not taking that because they're getting rid of those. And now we can do the next class quest. Ooh. Well, is this one gonna... I think this one actually gives... Oh. So we get back to Donio, we can pick that up. No! Oh, please, gods, no! Leia's egg! Katkisha, you must help me! I stepped out of the stables for but a moment, and when I returned, it was gone! What was gone? An egg. Sorry? Are you sure the chocobos will lay another? You are sure the chocobos will lay another? Gah, you do not understand. The egg is extremely valuable. I must find it. It's an egg. You will help me, won't you, Katkisha? Oh, thank you, thank you. Someone must have made off with it. There can be no other explanation. I shall scour every elm of the stable once more just to be sure. While I do so, I should be very grateful if you would ask the others if they've noticed anything unusual. See anyone acting suspicious? I most certainly did, lass. A man it was, running off toward the Tamtara Deepcroft. Say an egg was took? Then I'd say that there was your culprit. But why would anyone pinch a chocobo egg? Without the proper learning, it's damn near impossible to get one to hatch. Actually, it just takes a little bit of heat. A chocobo egg has gone missing? Hmm. Well, let me think. Now that you mention it, the chocobos were making quite a racket earlier. So much, in fact, that I ran over to check on them, almost flattening a passing peddler in my haste. I didn't find anything out of the ordinary, though. Could I describe the peddler? Oh, he was an Elizan fellow. Didn't recognize his face. Seemed awfully twitchy. Oh gods, you don't think he... Why in the hell didn't I accost him? Oh, it was an elf. Okay, the next one's over here. Oh, it's Bernard. Have I seen any odd characters about? Aside from you mean? Not that I recall. I did see someone calming the birds, but only from a distance. I assumed it was Ukulot? But if you say he was away from the stables at the time, who was that with the chocobos? Hmm, somebody's messing with chocobos. Let's see, where is this person? Back of the chocobo stables? Yes. Oh, him. We got a whole cutscene out of this one. There could be no mistake then. The egg was indeed stolen. And from what you've told me, this was no simple robbery. That the culprit should take only Leia's egg and disregard all of the rest tells me we are dealing with someone well versed in chocobo breeding. I am sorry to say that the individual in question is like to be a citizen of my native Ishgard. Leia, you see, is of the blood born of Oranos? Oranos. One of the greatest birds ever to grace an Ishgardian stable. Many a man in my homeland would give his right arm to possess one of Leia's eggs. Gods, I should have foreseen this. We must give chase at once. Hold your chocobos, Luculo. I don't know how to say his name. If the egg thief's from Ishgard, like you say, why'd he go running off towards the Tamtara Deepcroft? Unless I've got my mental map upside down, that's the opposite direction. Well, yes, but he may seek to lay a false trail, or, the why of it is not important. Leia's egg is all that matters. I think he took it. Adventurer, I beg you, hunt the scoundrel down and take back what he stole. Well, at least you ain't planning on chasing after him yourself, wherever he's from. We may work wonders with our birds, Katakisha, but acts of dare and do ain't exactly our field. If you don't mind, we'll leave that end of things to you. Okay. With luck, you may catch the thief on the road to the Tamtara Deepcroft. But do be careful. We cannot be certain he is working alone in this. Super Special Chocobo! Deepcroft's this way. So it must be this way. Oh, okay. Up there in the corner. Let's try to stay. Okay. There it is. They're surrounded by dynamites. We're gonna have to kill it. Hope the other one doesn't aggro while I'm in the cutscene. Just want the chocobo egg. Okay. Google what took the egg? Out of breath. I have caught you at last, you spiteful imp. Now hand over the egg. You can't have it, Kupo. This egg belongs to that dude, elf dude from Mishgard. Who in Halone's bloody fury are you? Ah, those sops at Bent Branch hired themselves an adventurer, did they? Didn't so much hire me. Kind of helping them. Yet another complication. This farce has gone on long enough. Kill the Moogle and the farmer's hireling, and bring me that damned egg. Don't touch the Moogle! Rid of that. A little bit easier. Arrows are good. Put arrow on that one. Oh, the Moogle is a conjurer too. Okay, you didn't do much, little Moogle. Oh, he hits hard. Well, I don't know. You're hitting pretty hard. He's under 50% now. It's good. Don't hurt the Moogle. Yay. Oh, Moogle. Hurt. Oh no. Oh no. Heal myself. I'll die. I don't want to die. Okay, now back to the Moogle. Thank you, Koopo. What's that, Koopo? How did I come to be out here? Ah, well, this egg here is Leia's. Leia is a very special chocobo, in case you didn't know. Anyways, I was having a nap in the stables when that nasty fellow crept in and tried to steal it, Koopo. So I snatched it up quickly as I could and made a run for it. I was planning to take it back to Brent oh my goodness. Bent Branch Meadow. Holy cow. Bent Branch Meadows myself. But it might be safer if you did it. I'm sure Luke. I'm just gonna call him Lou. He's Lou from now. Lou will be very happy to see you, Goopo. Okay. Gotta take the egg. Back to Lou. Gonna sprint past this. I knew you were gonna aggro. That one's probably gonna aggro too. Yep. Taking the egg back to Lou. Leia can be happy. Do you have the egg? Is it safe? It's safe. Yes. It has the right coloring, the right weight. It is most definitely Leia's egg. I know not how to thank you. You had me worried for a bit there, Katakisha. 'Tis good to see you and the egg back safe and sound. So I was correct in my assumption that an Ishgardian was involved, albeit one who did not, in fact, make off with the egg. Well, I could hardly have anticipated the intervention of the Moogle. Bugger me. It couldn't be the same one, could it? Might you have encountered our unlikely savior before, Etha? Could be, aye. One of them saved my hide back when the calamity struck. I was in a part of the woods, what we now call the standing horses. That day, seemed like the whole bleeding forest was ablaze, and I couldn't see a yalm in front of me for all of the smoke. Well, nigh given up hope I had. Then, all of a sudden, a Moogle appeared out of nowhere, tugs at me smoldering sleeve, and leads me straight out of the wood where the fire hadn't taken hold. And now you know why the business is named Moogle's Gift Mounts. Oh, I had forgotten that. How cute! Seemed like the least I could do. I'd be dead if it weren't for the plucky little bugger. Incredible. It may well be the Moogle had stood vigil over us ever since that day. Ha, we'd better get back to work then. Wouldn't want to go letting our guardian angel down, would we? Katikisha, you have our thanks. Oh, and I believe Lou wants to give you a little something for your troubles. What you got for me, Lou? Leia's egg is irreplaceable. I cannot well express to you the depth of my gratitude. And yet, I find that I am still troubled. While this whole regrettable episode unfolded, I bore witness to a sight that greatly concerned me. Aren't going to share with that. Shield. And the shield. Wait. Still haven't told me what you got for me. Is that it? My thanks for your kindness earlier. I hate to impose again, but I have need of your assistance in another matter. One of great import, I fear. Of late, I have noticed that irrigables have been appearing over the Twelves Wood with increasing regularity. The frequency, however, does not bother me near so much as where they choose to fly. The patch of sky directly above the guardian tree. The tree is a sacred site, or so I was given to believe when first I came to Gridania, and thus I naturally assumed that the elementals would not suffer the exalt to profane it. Yet the birdmen have been coming and going as they please, with nary a sign of protest from the guardians of the Twelveswood. And it was that which set me thinking. Ever since the appearance of the much talked about suspicious individual, many and more strange things have been occurring in the forest. Could it be that he did something to the elementals? In case it proved useful, I have committed the details of my sighting to parchment and would ask that you deliver the document to Mother Mion. Please make all haste. I have an irrepressible feeling that something terrible is about to happen. Alright, so we're going back to Adania now. And pick up our 15 quest there. 15 conjure quest. Take the chocobo back. Yep, it's only 5. And it'll only take a minute. Oh, that's good. You don't get aggro while you're on the chocobo border. While you're taking your choco Uber. I love the chocobo theme. Okay. I'll turn in this quest, get the next one, and then go and get the level 15. Leon. Hello there, Katakesha. Word of your tireless efforts at Bentbridge Meadows has reached my ears. The folk there have naught but the highest praise for you. You certainly have a knack for making Mother proud. Keep up the good work, you hear? A letter? From Blue? I'm not saying his name again. I haven't the slightest inkling what this could be about. She's gonna... Gods be good. I have a mission for you, Katakesha. Suffice it to say, it is urgent. I fear it may also prove dangerous, however, so you must be prepared. Make what arrangements you can and report back to me the moment you are ready. Ooh. Dangerous mission. Welcome to the Carline Canopy, a place of respite for adventurers like yourself. As you may imagine, the Twelves Wood has scarcely begun to recover from the devastation brought by the calamity, and Credonia wants for all the help it can get. I hope we can count on yours. Though I will not deny there are those, I feel like we've taken like a step backward. She just said she had a mission for me, and now she's like, there's stuff going on. We need help. Yeah, I just said I would help. Though I will not deny there are those among us who view outsiders with suspicion. If you play your part, they will come to see that adventurers are the very solve our nation so sorely needs. Yeah, you've already said this. I feel deja vu. What? What's going on? That was weird. Okay. Time is of the essence, so I shall speak plain. Based on Lou's observation, the Exal have designs on the Guardian Tree, and they mean to act soon. The tree is the oldest living thing in the ancient forest, and it is held sacred by every forest-born Gardonian. Should it come to any harm, the elementals will fly into rage beyond pacifying. I dread to think of the chaos that would ensue. There isn't much time. We must act quickly. Get on with it. Katukisha, please see this letter to the hands of Bow Lord Lewin at the seat of the first bow in Quiver's Hold. Should the need arise, pray put yourself wholly at the man's disposal. I strongly suspect he will need all able-bodied souls he can muster. That's it. The fate of Gardania hangs in the balance. Go swiftly, Katukisha. I feel like she could have just said, here, take this letter to this person. Can't make it easier. Okay, so before we go there, we're going to go to the Conjurer Guild. Pick up this quest and then we can go to the archer. Fancy? Who's fancy? It is good to see you again, Katukisha. By the aura you exude, it is plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The people with the fancy words and the fancy names. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art. Water. I don't like this one. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree found near the hawthorn hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. Oh, it's killing the tree. Not good. Dispatch this being, and then speak with Brother Joasin, another fancy name, at the Hawthorn Hut. As you might expect, he is a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you would learn to master the element of water. I don't know if I want to. Master the element of water. Alright, while we're still in town, let's go to the... Got Lou and Joe. I don't know why, but when I look at that name, I think, I guess because it has the O-U-P at the end, it's soup. Chanceloop? Chanceloop? I don't know. These names are something else. Let's talk to this guy. An urgent message from Mother Mion? Very well, you may enter. So you are Katsukisha Kotov, the adventurer of whom I have heard so much. I understand you wish words with me. Mion has information on the Exal, you say? Speak freely. You have both my ears. I would hope so. Are you deaf in one ear? Let's give him the ladder. See what he thinks. Matron Forfend. They mean to defile the Guardian Tree? Oh no, not the Guardian Tree. Before Nofka? I don't know why I have such a hard time with that one. I swear those filthy birdmen will not touch it. Nay, not so much as a single leaf. Yes, protect the tree. 12 help me. How can it be that neither the wood whalers nor the god's quiver caught wind of this? I cannot help but think this plot bears the mark of the masked devil who has eluded us for so long. Masked devil? Oh, so you have a mask, is it you? We must be wary. This incursion may be more than it seems. She has a mask. Would that the warriors of light were still with us. But this is no time for such idle thoughts. I thank you for delivering this message. You may assure Mion that I will dispatch a unit of my best men to investigate. My lord! What is it? It's the Exal, sir. The Exal have amassed at the Guardian Tree. Already? Bloody hells! That was fast. Mo. Katikisha, Mion believes you capable, and I can think of no better judge than she. Lend us your strength this day. Aid in the defense of the Guardian Tree. Oh, I'm sure there will be a Mo. I have to find a Mo. Lullabills? Why lullabills? Okay, so we need to go to Guardian Tree. It's the Black Shroud. Central Shroud, okay. Okay, and what is this one in? This one. The East Shroud. Okay. Let's go to the Central. Well, East Shroud will be. Because that one will be pretty fast. I feel like Lalafels are the best race to use for slapstick comedy. Let's go play with some water. spell. I think it's a water spell. Or it's called, I want to say fluid oil. Going the wrong way. Oh no, I'm not. Tree, which is right below camp. Okay. I really hate that sprint is so short. Precast is so long. In the beginning, it does take a long time to get around the places. There. Corrupted water. Purified. Tree is in the way. This is a trial of water, not of trees. At least this one doesn't have little minions that pop up. I have to come back. There we go. There. There's some speakers actually pretty close. They're back here. Oh, it's Joe. Hi, Joe. Greetings, Katyukesha. Brother Isumi informed me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water at the hedge tree. The joyous babbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both them and myself, I thank you. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Isumi sent you here to learn. Do I have to kill him? I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. Well, I mean, yes. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in the earth from the tree's roots all the way to the very tips of the leaves. This precious liquid is the lifeblood of the 12's-wood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it rise in too great a volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As Conjury derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt the state. Ever must We be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in creation, this fruitful stalemate of the elements. Brother Joe, are you about? Oh, there's Max. I am here, sir. What has transpired? Max has problems. I heard a young antelope stags has gone berserk. Oh, this is the one of the antelope. I don't like the one with the antelope. Kind of tricky. I don't know what's got him so panicked, but there's no calming him now. The mad beast gored the soldiers sent to shepherd him away from civilian settlements, leaving us with Paula wounded over at Jocelyn's spire, and not enough hands to stanch the bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious, I sensed nothing amiss in the whisperings of the elemental. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. Yeah, these people have been like gouged. They're probably dying. You need to hurry. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Katikisha, travel straightway to Jocelyn's spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers and follow after you, bearing what restorative unigents I can. You, sir, head to Stillgate Fane and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. Go, Max. Go fast. Don't like the antelope. Oh, I need to go up. Get through this way. I think he's up here. Behind the building? Is he inside the building? Side. Who are a conjurer, you say? Praise Nofsa, that god. You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. Okay, no heals. My heals. Here. I can breathe again. I just cast Cure. I didn't raise you. These folk are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags yet rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help put an end to this. Seek them just off the road that leads to the northeast. Do not worry, my art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go. Okay. Say no more. Close to help. Good. Yay. I'm gonna stay away from this. Thing. Oh yes, definitely stay away from those things. Birds. Come to lend a hand, have you? Quickly! The fight is this way. Let us fight. Oh. Not good. Don't just stand there or sit there, heal him. Conjure, your aid. Oh, now they turn into dogs. Those were definitely dog noises. We killed the antelope dog stag thing. Almost down. One down. Two down. Oh, there's more. Water sprite. This one. Help that dude. Help that dude. And my heals are really not doing much. More. Goodness. They just keep coming. Oh, that poor old lord. Kill myself. Okay, this is not gonna go well. Okay, that one's down. Please no more after this. There more? Okay, thank goodness. Now she heals. She just stood there and stared the whole time. So pretty. Oh, shit. Miss! I'm fine. Don't mind me. Don't think you're fine. Pray tell me that we are not too late. Oh, that's all good. Well, I don't know if it is for him, though. Maybe too late for him. Sylphie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Oh, she was trying to raise him. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. She did not like it. My mother never did anything wrong. Well, now I want to know what her mother did. Atikisha, may I ask that you follow her, please? I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. Yeah, it's too late for him. Chico. Yes. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think... Please, I need to be alone. I think that it would be better to have somebody with you than being alone. Okay, well, then we just have to go back to the Conjurer's Guild, but this will go ahead and... Guardian Tree. There are so many quests for starting. Okay, I should. Ran into a light bulb. Oops. Go to the central shroud. Continue the Mason Arthur quest. Oh, it's all the way down there? Would be a really good time. very easy to get lost. Turned around. Jump there. There. Still not high enough level to not aggro those. Here. Right again? Yes. Getting it. A big tree. Doctor. Talk to him. The Bull Lord sent you, yes? Good to have you with us. The birdmen have completely surrounded the guardian tree, and their calls grow more urgent by the minute. Whatever it is they mean to do, we cannot let them go through with it. They must be stopped, no matter the cost. So we fight. O mournful voice of creation, O mournful voice of time, attend me all. Made a bird noise. To us, the forests, Tanoqua belongs. Wisdom of paragons we possess, to our former glory restore us it will. From this tree a great crystal we take, unto Garuda an offering we shall make. Why is he rhyming? Unfeathered ones and elementals banish we shall, our ancient home reclaim we will. Yeah, it is kind of Yoda-like. Oh, leave the tree alone. What did the tree do to you? First squad, left flank. Second and third, right flank. Oh, there's people all over. The rest form the main host with me. It is high time we reminded our exalted guests why we quivermen are to be feared. This position is yours, adventurer. May the elementals keep you. What are they gonna do? Throw me away? Bird noise. Interrupt us, dare you dare? In your own blood you shall bathe. No, you shall be bathing blood. I will hit you with mini rocks. put our dots up. Oh, that one already had one. Oh well. Oh, away. Kill the birds, kill the birds. So many of them, as soon as I finish, they all go down. Oh, where's more? This one. Okay, focusing on this one. I get the feeling more of the little ones that you kill, the more come. Let the NPCs deal with them. And I will help Galfred the Gallant. And he does not want to die. He is putting up quite a fight. Thing. That is not a bird. Okay, now everybody's focusing on this one and he's dying really fast. Yay! Impressive work, adventurer. The Bowlord bids you hold this position. Enemies may lurk near, so stay on your guard. We go to bolster the left flank. Bolster the left flank where the battle yet rages. In other words, they're abandoning me. Oh. The shadow person. The source of her strength becomes clear. What? You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. Oh, so he waits until I'm alone. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemy. Scary demon. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. I had to kill him. Am I supposed to kill him too? Oh, looks like it. Ah, you poisoned me. Okay, no, I don't think I am supposed to be attacking them. Oops. I may have just made this more difficult on myself. Die, Mr. Gargoyle. She did not like that. Please eat it, Papalimo. About time. The NPC classes are very strange. Papalimo is very obviously a thaumaturge, yet he just scared me. Really use lucid dreaming. Okay, he did the first part for me. That the wisdom of the paragons should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragon? That's what I heard. The bringers of chaos, or Asians, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. That's not very nice of them. Hatakisha, are you unharmed? Had I known this creature was near, I would have sent men, not called them away. Yeah, but you took them all away and you left me alone. There is no mistake, sir. He is the one who stirred the Exalt from their nest. Our intelligence was reliable. So this is the man who has eluded us for so long. Right, we finally got him. I don't think so. We sensed an ominous presence and came here as swiftly as our legs would carry us. A little bit longer for you, you got little legs. Well, it's good to know that what we're up against anyway. My thanks as ever, friends. Liverman, move out! To say you played an instrumental role in the success of this mission would scarcely do justice to your efforts this day, adventurer. Upon your return to Gridania, pray visit me at Quiver's Hold. I will see to it that you receive the thanks you are due. Yay! People are happy. You're probably wondering why we always seem to appear when there's trouble, right? Well, trust me when I tell you that it's almost never our fault. Despite what it looks like, Papalimo and I are actually helping the Gridanians. And we've been doing so for a good few years, too. Oh, did I mention we're not from around here? Oh, no, I don't think you have. Why, yes, we are Charlaians. However, did you know? So I wasn't mistaken. Mistaken? About what? Nothing. Nothing at all. You always do that. Mumble something loaded with meaning only to keep it to yourself when somebody asks, or someone asks. It's unfair, and it's especially unfair when someone is me. Oh, do calm down. I'll tell you later. I bet you won't. Anyway, all's well that ends well. Quite. We'd best be on our way. See you later. There's a shiny. There's a shiny. We'll pick up the shiny. Oh. Or not. Don't pick up the shiny. It didn't seem like it had a very good glow to it. Looked kind of evil. And it looks like we're going back to Gridania. So we can finish up our Conjurer quest. You know what? I don't feel like running. Teleport. Oh, actually, you know what? No. Don't do that. Just go to Bent Branch, then use the Chocobo. That'll be pretty fast. Sprint available. Much cheaper, too. Branches. Oh, it was a blue mage. It was so showy. Okay, Kira's good. It's there. Over at a Chocobo. Chocobo porter. There we go. Illuminations are interesting. A lot of the spells are really shiny and sparkly. Bus. And we're already almost there. Oh wow. He almost one-shot that squirrel. Poor little squirrel. I think we should probably go finish up the Conjurer quest, because the main scenario is just going to continue on, whereas after finishing up the Conjurer quest, done for another 5 levels. Oh, 4. Katikesha, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylphie? I did, and she just wanted to be alone. I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature, that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite. And now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills. And Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I don't want to see her die. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Katikisha. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life. But you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. In recognition of this feat, the spell Fluid Aura is now yours to command. I thought that's what it was. Fluid Aura is the water one. You throw a ball of water and it shoots your enemy back and binds them. It's quite useful. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself even more closely to the elements, and to nature. Ooh, I get new things. Much different. Not bad. Take that one. Got a new robe. And learned a spell. Put on that robe. Ooh, it's purple. Okay, now let's go to the Archers Guild and continue with the main scenario. That's really the only thing that we can do right now. Welcome back, adventurer. Your exploits at the Guardian Tree are the stuff of songs. Oh, that doesn't sound very exciting. The bullard awaits you within. Let's go inside. See what he wants. Oh, we're gonna get a cutscene. I have awaited your return, Katakisha. Allow me to thank you again for helping us defend the Guardian Tree. Not only did you put the invading Exalt to rout, you confronted the masked mage and his fell minion, and emerged the victor. I have good men and women under me, none of whom give me cause for complaint, but you, Katakisha, are a class apart. Your strength, your determination, your heart. You have all of the markings of a great adventurer. Mion is seldom mistaken in her appraisals, and she is plainly not mistaken now. Gridania is stronger for your presence. The Elder Seedseer would doubtless be pleased to learn that a capable adventurer like you has come to us. Once more, I thank you. Owing to your valor, disaster has been averted.
Elder Seedseer, my lady.
There she is. Elder Seedseer.
I am come to express my gratitude for your valiant efforts before the Guardian Tree.
I am come to express my gratitude for your valiant efforts before the Guardian Tree.
I am informed that an adventurer of singular talent now walks amongst us. You are she, are you not?
You are she, are you not?
My name is Kan Esena.
My name is Kan Esena.
And it is my solemn charge to watch over
all who call Gridania home.
Well met and welcome to our fair nation. It was your valor that won us the day, I believe. On behalf of all Gridanians, I offer you my humblest thanks. This gift I present to you as a small token of my gratitude. I hope that you will ever remain a friend to Green Bliss is coming. It is an age-old ceremony to renew the bond between man and elemental.
It is an age-old ceremony to renew the bond between man and elemental.
Over the centuries, it has blossomed into a joyous festival encompassing Gridanians from every walk of life.
Encompassing Gridanians from every walk of life.
I should be most gratified if you would participate in the ceremony as emissary.
Oh, such a great honor.
I look forward to seeing you on that most joyous of days.
I look forward to seeing you on that most joyous of days.
Till then, fare you well. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
May you walk in the light of the crystal. Is that better than what I currently have? Really, but okay. Really do much. None in Gridania can doubt your worth, Katakisha. But to receive such praise from the Elder Seedseer herself? And nor is that the half of it. She chose you to play the role of emissary, for God's sake. You, an outsider. You have any idea what this means? No, not really. But of course you don't. You are not forest-born, which is rather the point. Mistake me not, I think you worthy, but your selection is all but unprecedented. And I'll wager you have not the faintest inkling what is required of you. There are preparations that the emissary must needs complete ahead of time. I suggest you consult Mion regarding the matter. She is overseeing the arrangements for the event. Now, you had best get going. The ceremony cannot commence without the emissary. Oh, and Katakisha, don't make a hash of this. I'm not sure what making a hash of something means, but I'm assuming it's like, don't screw this up. By the way that he said it, it sounds kind of like a, yeah, don't mess this up. Where are we going now? Oh, I need to talk to Mion. There. Well, if it isn't the emissary herself. Had I known you were coming, I would have baked a pie. You truly are full of surprises, Katyakisha. Next, you'll be telling me you're one of the Warriors of Light, back from half a decade-long holiday. But let's speak of preparations. As you doubtless already know, Green Bliss is an age-old ceremony for strengthening the bond between man and elemental. These days, though, the name also refers to the festival at large. In the ceremony, the emissary serves as a conduit, a bridge between the people and the guardians of the Twelveswood. Suffice it to say, it is no small responsibility, nor does the Elder Seedseer choose mankind's representative on a whim. Seldom in history have non-Forestborn been chosen for the role, which should give you an idea of the magnitude of the honor being accorded to you. For your part, you are required to wear a ceremonial artifact, which is presently in the keeping of Timbermaster Eden? I think his name. Go to the Carpenter's Guild and collect it from the man, then return to me for further instruction. Okay. Let's go get the shoe! Or no, wait, it's not the shoes, it's the... Gridania had the... mask? The mask. Which one's the shoe? Different starting areas have different artifacts. Like, no, that's the wrong, you're thinking of something else. There's one other artifact is a shoe, isn't it? I think it's a ring, a mask, and a shoe. I think? So you are the emissary to be. Mion sent word that you would be coming to collect the ceremonial artifact. The good news is that it's ready, painstakingly crafted by these very hands and from the rarest of materials. Take it along with this warning. Get so much as a scratch on the thing and I shall make an unceremonial artifact out of you. Blouse. Okay. Kind of uncalled for. back from your trip to the Carpenter's Guild? Let's see what you have in that box. I have a box. Ah, this is by far the finest Manoa mask I have ever laid eyes upon. The Timber Master has truly outdone himself this time. In case he didn't mention, the mask is crafted from consecrated lumber rendered up by the guardian tree, solely for use in the ceremony. In other words, it's priceless. Mother bids you to handle it with care. And with that, your preparations are complete. The venue should just about be in order as well. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. Yay, level 17! I believe we have to put the mask on. Yeah, that's it. But temporarily I'll have to put that back on. Okay. Put that on. Talk to her. Now that you have the Manoa mask, all that's left is to participate in the ceremony. Perchance you are feeling nervous, but never fear. Despite all the pomp surrounding the role, there really is nothing to being emissary. Oh, that's a wonderful recruiting for a free company. My free company is recruiting. We are awesome. All you are required to do is wear the mask, stand up straight, and look dignified. The more involved aspects of the proceedings will be handled by others. Simple, no? So, in other words, just put the mask on and look pretty. The ceremony will be held at Miketo's amphitheater. When you are ready, make yourself known to the caretaker there, a woman named Estain. Oh, and be sure you wear your mask or she may not recognize you. Now, off you go, and good luck! Go to the amphitheater. Ah, you must be the emissary. I see you have come prepared. That is well. Yeah, I put the mask on. Pretty simple enough. I have been instructed to escort you to your place. Please follow me. Yep. Just stand there and look pretty.
Look! The elder Eorzea.
12 bless her heart!
Here's a Moogle. Even the Moogle came.
May she find favor with the elementals.
May she find favor with the elementals. Ready. What I look for?
This
sparkle.
radiance.
Radiance. Oh, it's that crystal I picked up.
Could it
Isn't
be
it pretty?
a crystal of light?
Could it be a crystal of light? No, it's shining pretty brightly, so I think, yeah, it's
Tell me
probably
true.
light.
Has the Mother Crystal revealed herself to you?
Tell me true. Has the Mother
Did you
Crystal revealed
bask in her
herself to you?
light?
Did you bask in her light?
Have you,
Yeah, she talked to me.
perchance,
We had a pretty nice
experienced
conversation.
sensations akin to
Have
ether
you
sickness of
perchance
late?
experienced sensations akin to aether sickness of late? Sure.
That Heidelin would speak directly
That
to this
Heidelin
woman.
would speak directly to this woman.
There once were dauntless adventurers who fought in the name of Eorzea.
Dauntless adventurers who fought in the name of Eorzea.
When the primals threatened to bleed the land dry, these brave men and women rose to face them. When the Garlean Empire resumed its war of conquest, they rushed to the realm's defense.
They rushed to the realm's defense. She just wants to get to know you.
And when it was foretold that Dalamud would fall, they fought with all their strength to deliver us from certain doom.
And when it was foretold that Dalamud would fall, they fought with all their strength to deliver us from certain doom.
Yet as strong and as brave as they were, disappeared amidst the flames at Cardinal. None have forgotten the heroes who gave all for the sake of a realm
None have forgotten the
not their
heroes
own.
who gave all for the sake of a realm not their own.
Yet when we try to recall their names, we find the pages of our memories are blank, as if bleached by the sun. And when we try to recall their faces, we see them only in silhouette, as if they stood betwixt us and a blinding glare. Hence have these heroes come to be known as the warriors of light.
Hence have these heroes come to be known as warriors of light.
Beholding you, illuminated by the glow of the crystal, I could not help but be reminded of them. The crystal has chosen you for a purpose. Trust to its guiding light, and all shall be revealed to you in good time. Though none can say for certain what the future will bring, it is my belief that you may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm. For the power of the echo resides within you.
And that magically triggered a little echo vision thingy. Ah, yes, Battle of Garden.
Flames to the fore!
Flames to the fore!
Victory belongs to the bold!
Victory belongs to the bold! Show those Imperial Horsons what we're made of.
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas.
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas.
Bid them hold that position, though it
Bid them
costs them their
hold that
lives.
position, though it costs them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of
The
succor.
yellow serpents are
Pray,
in need of
send
succor.
the white wolves to
Pray
their aid.
send the white wolves to their aid.
The adventurers risk
The
life and
adventurers
limb
risk
for our
life and limb
cause.
for our cause.
We must not fail them.
That
Is Artemis?
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
It is nothing. Oh no!
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes
The barrier
forward!
won't go down that easily. Eyes forward.
We are being watched.
We are being watched. Watched from afar. Oh no!
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn!
Raging Bull, calling
Bloodthorn! Respond!
Bloodthorn.
Respond,
Bloodthorn,
damn you!
respond. Respond, damn you. Respond.
Ah!
Raging Bull,
Try again.
this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond. Interesting name.
Ryder! This is Raging Bull!
Ryder? This
What
is Raging
news?
Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze.
We're
There is
surrounded
no
by a
way out.
blaze. There's no way out.
Preserve, what is
God's
that
preserve. What is that thing?
What's going on?
What's
Speak
going
to
on?
me.
Speak to me.
thing? God damn it! We
God
cannot
damn
hold
it, we
much
cannot
longer.
hold much longer.
Mad Snake!
Mad Snake.
Snake!
Mad Snake, answer me.
Damn it!
Damn it.
Damn it all
Damn it
to
all
the
to
seventh
hell.
hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they
What of
not
the
be reached?
barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's
Sorry,
not
Admiral.
working.
Shell's not working.
What of our own?
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady.
I cannot
That
say, my lady.
monstrosity
The
appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying.
We must keep
Call
trying.
till they
Call till they
respond.
respond.
Yes, my lady.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General,
Admiral.
we
General,
can do no more.
We can do no more.
We must give
We
the
must
order
give
to
order
withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis
I will
Soir.
not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory
General,
may
please.
belong to
Victory
the bold,
may not,
but there will
may
be
belong
no
to the
victor
bold,
this day.
But there will be no victor this day.
You know this to be true.
You know this
Let
to be
us
true.
not sacrifice
Let us
lives
not
in
sacrifice
vain.
lives in vain.
The adventurers fight bravely.
The adventurers
but to no
fought
avail.
bravely, but to no avail.
Let them withdraw.
Let
and
them
let us be the
withdraw,
ones
and let
to stand
us be
with
the
Louis
ones
Soir.
to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom
Delay
units are
previous
commanded
orders.
to fall back effective
All Maelstrom
immediately.
units are commanded to fall back effective immediately.
Give the foreign levy priority.
Give
Let the main host cover their
give
retreat
the foreign
and
levy
bring up
priority.
the rear.
Let the main host cover the retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw.
I
I
thought
don't
this
care
used
if
to be
our link cells are
voice.
useless.
Am I mistaken? I could have swore this cutscene used to be voice. Damn it, relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link shells are useless.
You still have a working pair of legs, don't
You
you?
still have
Well,
a
use
working
them,
pair
you
of legs,
bloody
don't you?
halfwit.
Well, use them, you bloody halfwit.
The outcome of this battle was
The
long
outcome of this
since
battle
decided.
was long since decided. Oh, really? There's a voiceover? 'Cause I don't hear a voiceover. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, that's why I've been reading them all, because I don't hear a voiceover. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm ruining the cutscene.
Better to retreat now than risk a massacre.
I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I thought it was strange that it was like 3 hours worth of main scenario and wasn't a single
presence. Who
voiceover
or what?
Alright, well, I'll stop reading for now.
We go to take our place beside Archon Louisoix. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Sogini Muese Donzul. Logalo, Asawad Daken, Bet Mubut. Imarat Way, Kiskat Toga Hads Wadado. Sees Nigem, Fizdun the only Lamrai Sadai Dawn.
That's really weird. Was that one voiced? Okay. Look who's back in the land of the living. You mean to say you don't remember a thing? You collapsed in the middle of the ceremony. Gave us all a good fright. So we carried you back here. I must say, you're heavier than you look. That's not nice. You've hardly stopped of late. Your exertions must have caught up with you. But you adventurers are nothing if not resilient. Seeing as the worst is past, I shall take my leave and return to my duties. Oh, I almost forgot. The Elder Seer told me she'd like to see you when you felt well enough. The gentle soul was almost as worried about you as I was, bless her. When you're back on your feet, be sure to visit her in the Lotus Sand. Lotus Stand. Not sand. Stand. Oh, I feel bad for ruining that cutscene now. Oh, saying that we are in the inn room, I think this is a good place to call it a night. We did a lot. We should be going around to the other nations soon. So hopefully in the next week's stream we might be able to get to dungeons? I don't know, maybe, hopefully. I feel like it's getting close. Let's see. Today is Wednesday, so next stream is on Friday, which will be Halloween. Gonna try to get more of Amnesia. I'm really into that. It's pretty fun. So that'll be at the same time. I'm gonna try for the same time, 7 o'clock to who knows when. I will have this stream up on YouTube tomorrow. And that's all I can think of for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see everybody on Friday for spooky season stream. Have a good night.